Welcome to the C3 Sports Podcast. I'm Cody. That's Colin. Kale is MIA. He ditched us, Colin.
Yeah.
He ghosted us.
Can't figure out where he's at.
Yeah. He was all about it about 30 minutes ago, rubbing it in at how bad the Royals are.
Yeah.
Now he's nowhere to be found.
Don't know where Kale's at. So if you find Kale, let us know.
Yeah. If you want to, feel free to reach out to our hotline, 281-330-8004. Man, what a weekend for Husker baseball and softball. We got to start there. Husker baseball with a sweep of, at the time, number 12 USC. Get a walk-off bunt air scoring Rhett Stokes on Friday night. And then on Saturday and Sunday, walk-offs for the Mercy Rule. Thoughts?
I thought Nebraska's bullpen was bad. I didn't realize USC's bullpen was that bad. Like I knew USC's starting pitching was good. I didn't realize their bullpen was as bad as they are.
Yeah, I mean
they just didn't even. They weren't even competitive once Nebraska got to the bullpen. It was guns a-blazing, and
yeah,
Dylan Carey had a huge weekend. Case Anderson had a huge weekend. Drew Grigo had a huge weekend. Ty Horn was lights out of the bullpen on Sunday. Jay-Sean Unger threw 1 inning over the weekend, so that's huge. Yeah. I mean, Nebraska needed that. If you follow on social media, they're now pretty heavily being talked about as being a host for regionals, and I think they were up to number 14 in the RPI this morning. Yep. So that would put them in a position to probably host. The one thing that's holding them back right now is their strength of schedule, but their strength of schedule is going to take a huge jump here over the last 5 weeks of the season. Go and play ranked Kansas tomorrow on the road, bring K-State to Lincoln the next Tuesday, got another midweek with Creighton yet, and then we got road series against Illinois, Ohio State, and Minnesota left. And why I say the strength of schedule jumps, because none of those teams are really great outside of Illinois. The two toughest series that we have left are probably Illinois and Iowa, even though Ohio State's been playing way better baseball lately. But all those series being on the road is going to impact your strength of schedule playing road games.
Yeah.
Nebraska jumps back into the top 20 in the baseball rankings, and yeah, good weekend.
So, not only did Drew Grigo have a great weekend, was announced today as co-Big Ten Player of the Week.
And Freshman of the Week.
Correct. So, he continues to do his thing. Like, at the beginning of the year when we were putting together our, who we think will be the starters, he never even crossed my mind, man.
No, because he was probably like a 7 through 10 guy as far as baseball prospects coming out of the state. Like, he wasn't even kind of really even on the radar. The dude has got his opportunity and hit the baseball, and when you hit the baseball, you're going to find your way into the line. The same thing can be said about Rhett Stokes. Wasn't even they told him last year after regionals that he could come back if he wanted to, but he wasn't going to be an everyday player.
Right.
And the dude is now as an everyday player since they moved Jet Buck to the outfield. But they moved Jet Buck to the outfield because the opportunity that they were giving Stokes, he was running with them and gets an opportunity and can't take him out of the lineup.
Right. And A lot of that helped when uh, who went down with an injury? I'm drawing a blank.
Devin Nunez.
Yes,
Well,
yes,
Devin Nunez got hurt.
but there was another infielder,
Nunez got hurt. Jeske got hurt.
Jeske. Thank you.
Dylan Carey got hurt
Yep,
for like had some tightness one weekend, and that was kind of the weekend that Stokes got his shot. They played him at
yeah,
shortstop, and he hit that weekend, and they're like, okay, and then Overbeek was going through a little
that
bit of a
was
slump, and
Michigan series, wasn't it?
um
I want to say that was
no
he got
no
hurt in the
because
midweek game.
I no it was prior to that.
Okay,
I think that was I want to say that was the Indiana series that
yeah,
carried in playing a lot, and
yeah,
then he went to we then went down to Wichita that midweek, and he really didn't play. And Overbeek was really struggling, so Carey came back and they slid Stokes over to third for a couple games and let Overbeek work on his swing a weekend. That was the weekend I think that you're thinking of is when Overbeek. I don't think
yeah,
Overbeek played the Michigan weekend, and
yeah,
Stokes did, and they kind of worked with Overbeek and his swing a little bit, and Stokes hit the baseball. And then
yeah,
when that came back is kind of the time that Nunez got hurt. Jeske was down with a hamstring at that time, so they were kind of an outfielder short. And Jet Buck's like, "Well, I'll go play the outfield,"
yeah,
and they put Jet Buck in the outfield. And I mean, that's kind of when everything took off.
yeah,
They put Jet Buck in left and Grigo in right and Moyer in center. And so currently, right now, if you've been following Husker baseball, Nebraska has a different left fielder, center fielder, and right fielder than when they started game one this season, or
right.
from the first basically essentially 2 weekends.
And I don't think any of us had uh Grigo and Moyer doing what they're doing.
No, I was kind of intrigued by Moyer just because he hit really well at JUCO, and I was kind of intrigued, but like he just wasn't in the conversation.
Right.
And I think it had to do with probably his bat why he wasn't in the conversation. But I mean they put him down at the bottom of the order a couple times, gave him a couple opportunities, and he hit really well. And they put him in the leadoff spot, and he has
Dude, taken
just
off.
raked baseballs in the leadoff spot and been on base in front of Worthley, Sanderson, and Carey. Jet Buck's been awesome, and then like Overbeek's a third year player in the lineup and is batting in the 8 hole
Yeah.
behind a true freshman. And like Stokes playing in the 9 hole is essentially a second leadoff guy,
Yeah.
right? Like he's on base all the time in front of Moyer. Then Moyer is on base. Worthley's putting him over and giving Sanderson and Carey the opportunity to drive him in.
Yeah. How crazy was it that Sunday? I don't know if you got to see this much because I know you were on the road Sunday. So Sunday, Moyer and Worthley get on base, and Dylan Carey has already hit a double and a single, and they had him bunt.
Mm-hmm.
How crazy! Like he's he's being talked about for Big Ten Player of the Year over Chlowski. Like Kendall was saying that today on the D1 Baseball podcast. If the season ended today, he would be the Big Ten Player of the Year over Rock Chlowski, and they have him
Correct.
button to get the guys over because they're playing team baseball.
Right. Right. Yeah. No, and like I mean, you can't complain about what the Huskers are doing right now. And I mean, the kind of maybe the one caveat out of this weekend is Blackowitz and Katsky, which I predicted correctly on our
Correct.
last episode that
Yeah.
Katsky was going to get the Friday night start.
Yeah.
But neither one of them went real deep into the game. Katsky went deeper than Blackowitz, but I mean, if Blackowitz can go get you 4 or 5 on Sunday,
Yeah.
and then we turn the ball over to Ty Horn and Jay Sean Unger in the back end of the bullpen, like
Yeah.
sign me up for that. Like because
Well,
Ty Horn is a completely different guy out of the bullpen.
yeah, dude. He
Like
was.
we seen UCLA Ty Horn on Sunday.
Yeah.
Actually, we seen him Tuesday, Friday, Sunday. We seen the UCLA Big Ten championship performance Ty Horn like
Right.
completely different character. And I don't know where that got lost, whether he was, trying to save himself and go deep in games. It was like a multitude of things. Like he was getting hit hard and he was walking
Yeah.
guys, and like it was just a multitude of things. And like they put him in the bullpen, and I don't know if it pissed him off a little bit, but he's a completely different dude. And I mean, I
He
don't
got
care.
his swagger back.
Right, right.
Like
Like
that, the
staring
emotion he
down.
was showing, it
Right.
was, I liked it.
And kind of a guy too, a little bit, um that's a little bit of an under the radar guy, that I think he went 3 Friday night, and he has been lights out like his last 4 appearances. Like he got an opportunity to come in out of the bullpen against Kansas a couple weeks ago, in Lincoln, and then he came in out of the bullpen against Oregon, came in out of the bullpen against Creighton the other night, came in out of the bullpen Friday night, and dude has been money. And kind of again a guy that's got his swagger back.
Yeah.
You know who I'm talking about? A bullpen arm,
Mm,
Jalen Worthley.
yes. So he was
Like
warming up to come in when Blackowitz was. I wouldn't even say Blackowitz was struggling as bad as
it,
his pitch count was just he was at 53 pitches after 2 innings.
well, that's because he was not throwing a lot of strikes. Like
Right.
that's what happens when you don't throw strikes, is your pitch count gets elevated. Like
Yeah.
he was walking a handful of guys, but like I mean, and then USC caught those 2 barrels and
Yeah.
made it 5-2, and then our offense just went to work.
Yeah.
I was surprised, like not to mention USC's um, pitching, and like their pitchers were supposed to be really good, and we just crushed them.
Yeah.
Uh, but USC's defense was
Baseball.
awful from what I seen. Like the center fielder on Sunday, like got turned around twice on
They
back to
benched
back.
him in the second
Right,
inning.
right. Like got turned around twice in the first inning on baseballs, and like I get it. The first one was a line drive right at you, and like it
Yeah.
looked like it was dying, and it just cleared his head and went clear to the wall. But like then Case Sanderson puts one to the wall, and he looks like a second grader trying to catch it. Like
Well, and that's what I was working Sunday, so I was listening to McLaughlin, and McLaughlin, that second one, McLaughlin's like, he just jumped for a ball that landed at the base.
right,
Like, what are we doing? So we have an update on Kale.
no
His
more
son
monk,
broke his
no
bed
more
frame.
monkeys jumping on the bed.
So we might be seeing him here. We might not, but who knows? Um, I do want to give Mason Edwards his flowers.
The dude was electric.
Yeah,
Thank God we got him
and
out of that game.
yeah. He goes 7, has 7 Ks, gives up 1. But after him, Nebraska went on to score 29 runs. Or no, excuse
Yeah,
me, 35 runs. Because they scored 36 for the weekend.
right.
So just an absolutely hit show. Nebraska set their Big Ten weekend attendance record with 21,000 people attending the weekend series. And I think that was another thing McLaughlin said is, you know, this felt like Big 12 when Nebraska
Right,
was hosting,
right.
Baylor when Baylor was in their heyday, Texas A&M, like it felt like one of those.
Yeah. And ironically, first time that Nebraska swept a ranked opponent since 2015, when they
Yeah,
swept Texas
Texas.
or
Yep.
Tejas. Tejas.
Tejas. Yeah. So that was interesting, and it was just a really good weekend. And then the softball team sweeps Minnesota, and they put up I mean, at one point Saturday they were up 17-1 in the fifth. So they continue to just light up everybody. They've won 11 straight, have a good chance to end their season on an 18-game win streak. They have 7 games left, 3 games set with Iowa, 3 games set with Penn State, and a game against Creighton. But that's not the big news. The big news is Baseball America rankings came out today, and your Husker softball team is the #1 team in the country. They
You
have
mean
9 wins over teams in the top 15.
you mean softball America, not
So
baseball.
that is true. That is true. Softball America.
Baseball America is not ranking softball
Right,
softball
right.
teams.
Softball America has Huskers ranked #1 in the country.
You betcha.
So, I mean, they're pretty much a lock to be a top 8 seed and host a regional and super regional. So, we'll be keeping an eye on that. That pitching duo, well, the 3 pitchers between Jensen, Ball, well, Fromm, and Karmazin they're pretty much they're lights out, man.
Yeah. Well, and they've been having Jensen start games and go 4 or 5 innings, and then
Yeah,
letting Jordy throw the sixth, seventh if they need them, and like it's been
yeah.
stupid good.
And as you announced on Wednesday, Jordy, #1 overall softball player in WAR. So she'll be going for her. I don't think she'll get her 4th Pitcher of the Year award just because she's not being, leaned on as much.
Mm-hmm.
But she could be going for her 2nd National Player of the Year award because she's doing it pitching, hitting. She's everywhere.
Right.
And when you're on the #1 team in the country, it's kind of cool to see. They're 1 and Oklahoma's 2, where Jordy came from.
Right.
They just borrowed
Yeah.
her. She's a Nebraska gal. They just used her for 2 years, and roosters were crowing, so she came home.
Well, just think like really Jordy Ball shouldn't even be on this team.
Right. She
She's
tears
on
her
a
ACL.
right. She's gets a medical red shirt, gets another year.
Probably the best thing that could have happened.
Right.
Yeah, because what was it? It was the 9th pitch of the game her junior
Yeah.
year.
Yeah.
First game of the year, 9th pitch, and she tears her ACL. So much build up, and they still made a postseason. They didn't go far last year. They made supers, lost to Tennessee.
I don't think that's going to be an issue this year.
Right.
I think we can pencil them in the Women's College World Series unless something catastrophic happens.
So knock on wood, nothing happened. So, do we want to move on to some baseball?
Yeah.
All right. Well,
Do it.
the Mets have lost 11 straight.
Hate to hear it.
Yeah,
Just
just
hate to hear
darn
it.
it. And they've scored 19 runs in those 11 losses combined. So there's no offense. Juan Soto's on the IL. They can't find a first baseman. Lindor has been terrible. I mean, like, their starting pitching hasn't been bad. They just can't score runs.
Yeah. Shucks.
And
Hate to hear
then not far behind them is another one of your rivals in the Phillies. And I think the only reason why they're not being talked about for how bad they're doing is because of the Mets.
Well, a lot of people like the Phillies and Mets are 2-19 over their
Right.
last 21 combined games.
Right.
And
Is that including tonight?
no, that was after the Phillies lost last night. They were 2-19.
Jeez, because I think the Phillies lost again tonight when I was looking
They're
earlier.
they're down 5-1 right now.
Yeah. So the Braves win 9-4, which would push their lead to 6.5.
Yeah, hopefully we just put it away right now.
All right. Oh, it's not over yet. I saw it was 9-4. I thought it was over.
No, the Braves. No, I'm saying the division. Hopefully the Braves
Okay.
just run with the division, put it away now, and then get healthy with their starting pitching. And like they're getting closer. Strider's probably got to make. He made a rehab start on Thursday. Probably
Yep.
got 2 more rehab starts. One's going to happen on Tuesday. So by the end of next week, uh, Strider could be back in the major league rotation, even though they really don't need him right now.
Yeah. I mean, how about the performance Perez put on Friday
Right after
after
getting
getting DFA'd?
after getting DFA'd and re-signed.
Right. So it's just
But
like,
yeah, the Braves are going to have to make some tough decisions coming up because Sean Murphy's going to be back soon. He's on a rehab assignment right now too. Um, so they're going to have to DFA somebody else, like one of their like
can Heim play first on like if they need to give Olsen a day off? Otherwise, it's probably Heim that's going to get DFA'd, right?
they're not giving Olsen a day off.
All
Homie has
right.
started. Homie has started like 800 some odd straight games. Like
Jeez.
he's Iron Mike doesn't need a day off, or Iron Matt doesn't
Yeah.
need a day off. Like
So,
I
you
mean,
know,
but here's the thing: is everybody's like they're going to DFA Heim. They're not.
they'll
Heim,
just go with
they're
three
they're
catchers.
going to carry 3 catchers because one of Murphy or like Murphy and Baldwin are going to be in the lineup every day. So
Right.
you have to have a catcher on the bench because one of those guys is going to be DHing.
Yeah.
I mean, it's similar to what the Royals have
Yeah.
right now, like with Jensen's DHing and Salvi's catching, and when Salvi's not catching, he's DHing. So you have to carry that third catcher.
And they brought up Elias Diaz this weekend, but
Right.
if you ask the Royals, everything's fine, but Salvi doesn't seem too happy.
Yeah. They got 11 hits tonight and have 1 run.
Yeah. They got 11 hits, 11 guys left on base, and have had the bases loaded 3 times, including in the third inning when they had bases loaded with no outs and didn't score a run.
Right. They've scored 1 run tonight on 11 hits.
Right. So the Royals are another team that are just down bad. They've lost 7 straight. They kind of got a kick in the nuts Friday. Pasquantino ties the game on his second home run of the year. Like, here's a guy he's hitting sub 200, gets his second home run, ties the game. Next inning, they get a freaking 2-run home run from Ryan McMahon to win the game, and that was kind of the final blow as they lost 3 to Detroit, all in the 8th inning or later. Um, against Cleveland, kind of same thing. Walk offs. White Sox got them. In the White Sox, that was a high scoring game, but
Right.
just I think the wheels finally came off on Saturday, Sunday. You saw the Yankees I mean, it's the Yankees too. With their offense gets hot, they're hot.
Right.
But I mean, you can't let what's his name, pitcher from the Marlins, Ryan Weathers, goes
Yeah.
7 innings, gives up 1 run.
Dude, Ryan Weathers is good.
He
I don't
hadn't
I
been
I
before that.
I don't know
I can't
why
say he's been bad. He's just
I don't know why you're like claiming that you can't let him do that. Like Ryan Weathers is good. Ryan,
every single
and I
pitcher
mean,
has looked good against the Royals this year.
yeah, but I mean, I don't know. There's other guys in the Yankees rotation that I would rather face than Ryan Weathers.
Yeah. I mean, against the Marlins, 6 hits, 3 runs. Against the A's, 7 hits, 1 run, 7 Ks. Angels, 5 hits, 5 runs, 10 Ks. So kind of like looking at his season, he does good, does bad, does good, does bad, does good. So his next start he'll do bad.
I mean, he's 1-2 with a 3.38 ERA in 24 innings pitched and has walked 6 and struck out 29. I'm not sure where you're finding that that's bad, but I mean he's given up 9 runs over 24 innings.
Yeah, I have a different stats then.
Like I'm seriously looking at his game log right now. Like he's made 5 starts. And you also got to remember like against the Miami when he went 3 2/3 innings, and in his first start when he made 4 1/3 inning, Ryan Weathers is coming back from missing all of last year.
Yeah,
Like like they're not going to push him out of the gates to go deep into games.
yeah, right. And then against the Athletics, he goes 8 innings.
Right.
That's just crazy looking at that game log.
Right. And like against the Angels, every starter in that series
Yeah,
got
for the
shelled.
Yankees and the Angels.
Right. Everybody.
Trout had
Every
5 home runs in 4 games.
right. Everybody got shelled.
So that's where the Royals stand right now. They're bad. Twins come back down to earth this weekend, lose the series to the Reds.
How about Jose Soriano?
Yeah,
Goes
5 and
out.
0.
Yep, 5-0, lowers his ERA to 0.28. He
He's
did he
been
did he did have a little bit of a rougher outing this last week or this last outing though, as far as like he only went 5 2/3, struck out 8 and but walked 4.
yeah.
But like dude has been real good.
Hey, Otani's on base streak has now reached 52 games in a row. Right after his what was it? His scoreless streak finally ended this weekend at
Mm-hmm.
29.
Yeah,
Like
thanks to the Rockies.
right, and Rockies have taken 2 of 3 from the Dodgers. They're playing the 4th game tonight, and Dodgers are we're up 4-1, now 5-1. What do you think of that score bug for Dodgers Rockies?
I guess I haven't looked at it. It clearly ain't the if it's not the athletic score bug, it probably doesn't
Yeah,
bother me.
it's it's different. I kind of like it. Now, looking at some of the others, the White Sox took a series from the Athletics, which Athletics are still tied atop the West standings because the AL West is so bad.
Yeah, the Mariners just haven't hit the ball.
No,
Like their pitching's been okay. Like I wouldn't say it's been great, but they just haven't hit the baseball.
right. And I mean, looking at the AL West, Athletics and Rangers are both 11-11. Angels are 11-12. Mariners are 10-13. Astros are 9-15.
Right,
I mean, Astros are hitting the heck out of the ball. They just don't have anyone that can pitch.
right.
So it's still a lot of season left, as we
Oh
like to
yeah,
say.
yeah. We're
But
we're 20 games into 162 games here.
right. But Padres have been really putting it together. Won 9 of their last 10.
Yeah.
Don't know how. But they are sitting a half game back from the Dodgers in the West.
You know who? You said that the Astros don't have any pitching. You know who's pitching really well for the Astros right now?
Who's that?
Spencer Arrighetti.
Yeah?
He went 5 innings again tonight. He walked. I mean, he didn't have a stellar outing tonight, but he gave up 2 runs over 5 innings, walked 4, struck out 3.
Yeah, I mean, one of the better performances the Astros have had this year.
Right.
Braves best record in baseball.
Yep. They won. What is it?
Eight
They're
and
up
two over
to
their last 10.
right. Haven't lost a series yet this year,
Only team in the majors.
and they need to win one more to carry that into this weekend because they beat the Nationals tonight.
There you go. The day off Thursday.
No, it's a 4-game series.
Okay.
So even like they split a 4-game series with the Diamondbacks. So like they haven't lost a series is
Yeah.
actually a little bit of an asterisk because they split with the Diamondbacks.
Yeah.
2-2, but so as long as they win tonight or tomorrow night or Wednesday night going into Thursday, they'll have a series split already, guaranteed.
Is there any players that have really stuck out to you so far this year that maybe you just kind of weren't expecting and just kind of like making you take a second look at him?
Andy Pajes.
Yeah, that dude's been on a tear.
I mean
So,
that dude is crushed baseballs.
yeah, I think between him and Jordan Walker.
Right, Jordan, and like I was watching something today, or had the MLB Network on in my office in the background while I was doing some work, and they were talking about if some team would have made like a seriously competitive offer for like mid-tier players this winter, the Cardinals probably would have shipped Jordan Walker off. And now
It's
now he'd
incredible.
be like now he would be like if somebody comes after him in July, he's going to be like an untouchable for him.
Yeah, incredible. And then there was somebody else I just had on my mind that and we've talked about O'Neill Cruz, Jordan, what they've been doing. Um, but there was one other person that just kind of,
Sal Stewart's had an incredible
yeah,
year.
Sal Stewart's.
Jordan Alvarez has had a awesome year. Um, a guy that like kind of has bounced around a little bit. He's played for the Phillies, Angels, and now he's with the Rockies. So that's had a pretty good year. Is Mickey Moniak.
Yeah, yeah,
He's hitting 273 with 6 dingers.
yeah,
But like C.J. Abrams has played really well too until tonight when he was fielding ground balls off of his shin 3 times.
yeah,
Like, and then the Nationals broadcast isn't credit or is like the Nationals um, scoreboard official scores are not charging him errors, and the Braves TV broadcast was like he literally was gonna field that ground ball and turn a double play, and he took it off the shit like that was
yeah.
an error, not a hit. Like they're like, we'll take it, whatever. But
What do you think of Mirakami?
I haven't watched him play much, so I can't say a lot. But like, well, not this last World Baseball Classic, but the World Baseball Classic before, the dude crushed baseball. So I mean, I don't know why anybody's like surprised that he came to the major leagues and is crushing baseballs.
Yeah,
Like they considered him the Japanese Godfather in Japan because the dude just crushed
yeah.
baseballs.
He's got 15 hits, 8 home runs, 7 singles, 20 walks, and 31 strikeouts.
Right,
Like he's going for it all.
right. Yeah, there's no finesse about his game. It's
Right.
hammered
Do
baseballs.
do the White Sox keep him or trade him for prospects?
Well, I would assume they would keep him.
Because that was kind of been some talk where if he comes on and does good, are they able to trade him and get some good prospects for him?
I mean, I don't know.
Ben Rice has been on a tear too.
Yeah, but like he hasn't. Ben Rice, like I was listening to MLB Network again the other day, and they were kind of complaining about Aaron Boone not playing him all the time.
Right. Yep. And when he does play, he just mashes. He's
Right.
338 with 8 home runs, 18 RBIs, 22 hits. Like guy's been he killed the Royals this weekend. I know that much. Any besides Soriano, any pitching standing out to you?
I mean, Bryce Elder continues to throw really, really well for the Braves. Like, you can't, I mean, you can't look past what the Braves starting pitching staff has done, considering um, three of the five guys that they had penciled in to be in their rotation at the beginning of the year are not in their rotation right now.
Yeah.
So, I mean, you can't overlook that Atlanta has the best ERA in baseball and the job that Jeremy Hefner's done. Um, with that staff, considering
Yeah.
how beat up they've been. Um,
Their bullpen is too.
some of the, I mean, for the most part, like outside of the Astros guys, like I felt like the pitching has been pretty good this year. Like the games are not as high scoring as
Crochet's had a rough year.
well. Yeah, he's had two bad starts in a row now.
Yeah. But
But Mike Walk has been really good.
yeah.
Parker Messick took a no hitter
Yeah.
into the ninth inning the other night. Seth
Gavin
Lugo,
Williams has been good.
Lugo's been really good. Gavin Williams has been really good. Eduardo Rodriguez has been really good. Emerson Hancock has been really good. Clay Holmes has been really good. Cam Schlittler's been really good.
Yeah. So it's good to see. Gonna be real. I think now as we get into the warmer months, we should see the bats start coming a little bit more alive.
Yeah, I mean, the bats are going to catch up. At the beginning of the year, pitching's always usually a
Yeah.
little bit ahead of the bats. But
Yeah. Well, I know you got stuff going on tonight, so is there anything else we need to hit on before Wednesday, or
no,
you good to go?
I mean, I don't think so. I think we kind of hit on everything. Big series or big midweek game tomorrow for the Huskers. Tucker Timmerman's
Yeah.
going to get the ball for Nebraska, so it'll be interesting to see, um, kind of how Nebraska handles that, because you got to assume throwing 54 pitches on Sunday that Ty Horn's going to be unavailable.
Right.
Um, so but you gotta think that everybody else
Yeah.
outside of the 3 weekend starters, all hands on deck for a midweek game against Kansas.
Yeah.
I see Price
Caleb
Bender,
Clark.
Caleb Clark, Price Bender, Jalen Worthley.
Yeah.
Uh,
Clevenger.
I hope Clevenger doesn't pitch. Gosh, Unger.
Yeah. I mean, if it gets within 4, you're gonna see Unger in there. Like
Well, and if
they know how big this game is tomorrow.
if Nebraska has the lead going into the eighth inning, when Kansas comes to the plate, Unger's coming in the game to get a 6-out save. Like,
Yeah.
Nebraska has shown that they're willing to do that, and maybe you can run Horn out there to try to get a quick inning.
Yeah.
Maybe he is available. So, be interesting to keep an eye on.
Yeah. So we'll be back Wednesday to review the game, kind of talk about some series coming up this weekend. Maybe some other news will hit the wire before, but until then, thanks for tuning in, and we'll see you guys in a couple nights.
Later.